Solana just had a massive cryptocurrency hack of over $5 million across 8,000 different wallets. Now, the most shocking part of all of this is that Solana is actually green on the day. It's not only fully recovered, but it's actually seeing some growth in price action despite seeing a massive hack. Now, if you are a part of either the Slope or the Phantom wallet, you were one of the users at risk here, and I want to talk about how you can keep yourself protected in scenarios like this one, as well as everything that's happening in the world of cryptocurrency, including the price of Bitcoin, because it is also moving up at the time of making this video. So we got some other great news articles to run over here. Not all of them are good. We got a mix of pretty solid bullish and bearish news on the day so far, but there is a lot to break down and digest nonetheless. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Brendan, and it's great to have you here. We make videos like this one every single week, about twice a week. But without further ado, I think it's time to dive into what exactly happened on Solana last night. So the main deal here is that there was around $5.2 million in crypto assets that have been stolen so far. Now, that number is most likely increased since this article came out, but this happened across nearly 8,000 different wallets between Phantom and Slope, which are two of the leading wallets on the Solana network. Now, the way that this happened is this was most likely from a decentralized application or a dApp that you would then connect to one of these two wallets. And from doing this, this is most likely the way that this hack happened, because money was disappearing out of a lot of different people's wallets. And if anyone is familiar with how wallets work in cryptocurrency, you can't simply just get hacked. You have to give someone access or permission to your wallet, which is what some decentralized applications do. So if you were to go ahead and allow your wallet to communicate and allow one of these decentralized applications, whatever it may be, access to your wallet, and they had some sort of malicious intent, then they could, in theory, get a hold of a lot of your different cryptocurrency. So it looks like that is the main cause of this. And inside of your wallets, you can actually revoke access to all forms of decentralized applications and kind of go in and keep your wallet on a lockdown. So if you have not done that already, I would recommend doing that, at least for the time being, while wallets are still at risk. Because no one wants to lose any kind of cryptocurrency at the end of the day. But as I said earlier, one of the most shocking forms from this is that Solana, despite seeing again a big cryptocurrency hack, has continued to bounce off of this support line, seeing 5 different bounces if we count the one that we just saw today, despite having this hack. If we go over to resistance, there's numerous touch points on resistance as well, but this is a pretty unique scenario where a hack happens, but cryptocurrency is still so bullish, it doesn't even matter. In the past, when Solana has gone down or seen some sort of a hack, people tend to sell it off, pretty sparsely. But in this scenario, people are very confident buying it back off of this 50-day moving average, which is this orange line, as well as the bottom of this parallel channel. Now, as far as I am aware of, this is one of the few cryptocurrencies that's actually at the support of this parallel channel. If we go to other cryptocurrency pairings like Bitcoin, a lot of them are near either the middle of the channel, or they're closer towards the resistance or the top of the channel. But Solana is one of the ones that is at the bottom of the channel. And the reason that I say this is because the big question was, will cryptocurrency bounce when it reaches the bottom of its channel? And for most cryptocurrencies, we didn't get a chance to ask that yet, because we haven't bounced off of support since the last time that we tested it. And on Bitcoin, that was about halfway through July. So it's good to see that Solana, and I'm assuming some other altcoins, are bouncing off of their bottom support areas and continuing to build structure as price is moving higher over here. Now, with the Bitcoin chart, this guy is right in the middle of the channel. If you're not aware, we are right where we were seeing previous resistance that is now turning into support. And this is also where we saw a little bit of support previously, but it is no secret that this was a previous resistance line that is now being used as a form of support. It's also really kind of the heart line of this channel, the halfway mark of this channel that is seeing a little bit of support for Bitcoin as well. Now again, the heartline of this channel, and what we'll do probably either in the next video, is draw up an actual parallel channel with the heartline, but we used to use this area as resistance. If you're not familiar, this area was used as resistance for some time until we broke above it, and ever since then we have, for the most part, been retesting this area as a support for Bitcoin. So this is a good thing overall for the price chart of Bitcoin, but I still think that people have a lot of questions about what Bitcoin will do once it starts reacting to these macro levels, meaning these previous large consolidation areas on Bitcoin. How is Bitcoin going to react once we start testing some of these levels? Because this is something that we really haven't done in the bear market so far. So if there's one thing to keep your eye out on, watch how these previous consolidation levels are acting as either resistance or support for Bitcoin, and whether or not Bitcoin is able to break through either of these areas. Now, in some big news, some good news, I think this is something that we all want to hear. The SEC has charged 11 people in an alleged $300 million crypto Ponzi scheme. This comes from the scheme of Forsage. Now, some of you are going to be familiar with this, some of you are not, and that's perfectly okay. But what happened here is in 2020, I believe, Forsage was a semi-prominent cryptocurrency, and they claimed to be a decentralized smart contract platform. But what ended up happening is they were a complete sham and Ponzi scheme, and they kind of disappeared. But now the SEC has officially charged 11 different people as being a part of this Ponzi scheme, and there's a little bit of justice that is finally happening. So this is a song of relief, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, but these Ponzi scheme people are not going to be able to continue to get away with this in crypto, especially if it's not, especially if it's on a public ledger. If it's not a privacy coin or on some sort of a private-based network, they're not going to be able to get away with this anymore. There has been article after article just like this one to come out of all these different Ponzi schemes over the past couple of years of crypto, even going all the way back to like 2017, 2018, of people getting caught. And so the SEC is taking this very seriously, and so is really kind of the whole body of the United States, as well as a lot of other countries as well. But there have been so many people caught for kind of fraudulent crypto activity in recent years. And if one thing has been made clear from this, it's that these people are not going to be able to get away with this kind of stuff for very much longer, if at all. Now, in our final news article of the morning, Robinhood's crypto unit has officially been fined $30 million by New York's top financial regulator. So the scheme here, I guess the gist of what happened over in here was Robinhood is essentially just being charged for violations of anti-money laundering and cybersecurity regulations, and it seems like they were either doing some things improperly or not meeting those regulation quotas and standards. Thus, they're meeting a new $30 million fine, or they're receiving this $30 million fine. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying $30 million is nothing for Robinhood. They are a massive company, and they have millions upon millions of users on their platform every single day. But at the end of the day, no one wants to see a $30 million fine come in. I think no one is going to be happy about this one, especially for something that you would assume for them would be a rather easy topic to abide by. But again, this kind of goes hand in hand with the idea of regulation, and that the government wants to make sure that there are anti-money laundering laws and cybersecurity regulations that are very adamantly being applied in cryptocurrency after everything that's happened this year with Luna and so many other kind of Ponzi's and crypto networks that have fallen apart over the past couple of years. And so it looks like the government wants to step in and try to reduce this from happening without reducing how people can access cryptocurrency. And so the word regulation also often comes with a negative connotation, but I think that, this might be the first time that I say this, but I think that the government really is trying to let everyone continue to have access to cryptocurrency like we're used to, while mitigating the risk of these hacks and money laundering and Ponzi schemes. And I think that is what their main focus is on at the moment, rather than saying no one can use Bitcoin or no one can use cryptocurrency. It doesn't look like that's their goal, at least not through what they've done in the past 12 months or so. But that's going to round us up for this video. So much to talk about over here. And definitely I'm still thinking back on the Solana topic right now. And it still kind of has my mind blown that Solana is green over 1% after receiving such a large scale hack. It definitely could have been a lot worse. There have been far, far worse hacks in the world of cryptocurrency. But I think if anything, this is showing a little bit of maturity in the world of cryptocurrency, ironically, and saying that these kind of things happen, and ultimately it's a part of the game. And this comes back to the idea of really trying to prevent this kind of stuff from happening through maybe tighter cybersecurity laws. But let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about what could be done to help kind of prevent some of these hacks from happening in the future. You know, is that tighter cybersecurity laws, or is that another method that we could maybe approach as well? But I want to know your guys' thoughts. Leave those comments in the comment section down below, and I will see all of you in Friday's video.